sorry that you guys got that. Oh my god, you just got... I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You got like PG-13 flashed. I'm so sorry. Oh, it's happening again. Oh my god. Game, please. I know you're about waifus, but can you not? Thanks. I'm so sorry, guys. That was hilarious, though. Oh my god. Okay, so last time, just to recap, we had done that battle, which is absolute bullshit, right? I think I need to turn the difficulty back to what it was, because I turned it down one notch, and then it was like, this is, like, too easy, like, this isn't causing me to sweat as much as I would like it to, you know? But in the other one, it was impossible. I don't know. I like it when my games make me sweat a little bit, you know? I guess it depends. Oh, fuck! Ah, shit! I knew I was forgetting something. God damn it. Quick! Before anyone finds out. Everyone's gonna find out. Ah. Bishop found out already. Never. You were supposed to say that you saw nothing. Like nothing, everything. Yeah. Change to the stream. Yay! Okay. Let's load, just in case it does something bullshitty. So yeah, we just saved the children, and now we will suffer the consequences of our actions. Also, this might be too loud. I'm also gonna change combat. Yep, we have to change that back. Also... I feel like you need to be turned down. Everything here needs to be turned down, I think. Just a little bit. Yeah, I don't know why it's always so fucking loud. Like... I am so sorry, guys, that this game is always so loud. I'm so sorry. She's either... I think she's super pissed. She's either super pissed or she's really like, oh man, I got my ass handed to me twice. Damn. Oh no. Oh no. The consequences of our actions. I mean, we beat your ass twice. There is, ma'am, there is no war. There is no war currently right now. You are like kind of insane. Like, I get what you're trying to say, but I'm gonna be that person that's like, there is no war right now, ma'am. Like, this war is all in your head. I know it's gonna be an eventuality, probably the way the story's going, but madam, please take your pills. There is no war in Boxing Day. That's kind of a little bit of the vibes. That's a little bit of the vibes. I mean, that's what we're also trying to do. We're going to stop you, probably. Oh my god! Are you going to kill the children? Oh my god, look at the child. I wonder how graphic this is gonna be. Okay, I'm gonna stop being a fucking crazy person right now. Oh! Oh! Oh. Why did she look at the children? Oh, hey, you're back aboard the ship. Cool. Kids before dying be like... Such fucking deer in the headlights fucking moment. Oh my god. You know, I've seen animals react better to, like, right before they die. Well, more accurately, right before they get hit on the road. Or have a near-death experience. I remember I had this, like, one, encounter with, like, some deer, so it was, like, really snowy. Wada! We're still here, unless you're leaving. Are you leaving, Wada? That would make me sad. Don't make me sad, Mr. Bunny. But, like, so I was driving over this, like, kind of, like, ravine area, so they had a bridge, and it was really curvy, because it was, like, it was a really weird ravine. It was heavily treed and everything, right? And so, as I'm just... Oh shit, she's crying now. I don't understand. I didn't see what happened. Ma'am, I'm telling my story right now. This is very rude of you to continue the story without me. Refresh the stream. I didn't know that you guys had to refresh. Wow. I guess I need to start potentially a new command that tells chat to refresh their streams. So I'll look into that. Like, I don't know if I'll be able to work on that today or tomorrow, but tomorrow won't matter because we're gonna be playing Fate tomorrow. But I should look into doing a command for that. What was it? Oh yeah. So I was like about to like go on this bridge, right? And right by the guardrail, there's like these deer, and I don't see them till they're like, "Hey, what's going on over here?" Right? And so it's like, first of all, hitting deer when it's really snowy, not a fun time. Second of all, hitting deer when you're going over like a really deep ravine and stuff, equally bad. I didn't hit them or anything, but I just remember like, I slowed down. I gave them the horn, and they just looked at me just like, "You got a problem, man?" It's like, yeah, you're in the, you like, there is something coming at you at like 50, 60 miles an hour. I might have been driving 40 actually because conditions weren't right for it, but it was like, mofos wanted to get hit. So is she part of our team? I don't understand. Assisted suicide for deer. Yeah, I think that deer, I think deer like to solve Sudoku puzzles on the road. I think that's what they like to do. Yeah. I swear to God, if you don't get like direct, so this would be really interesting. I kind of like games that have the whole waifu thing to them, where you don't necessarily get to 100% directly pick your waifu, right? Like there was that one game we played where it was like the magic school thing, and I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. And like I ended up with no one, which was fine, I didn't care. But there was no like direct actions, at least that I saw. There was no like, you know, do this specific action to like this character. It was just like, we were just playing the story, right? And like the choices that you made in the story affected how the characters felt about you. And I wonder if that's what's happening here. Because I like it when they do that. Not all the time. Like, there is a little, I do like a little, what game were you talking about? We played, fuck, what was it? Excuse me while I open Steam for a hot second. I don't remember what it was called. But it had a female protagonist. Let's Not Stay Friends, that's what it was. It was the game Let's Not Stay Friends. Right? And so like, it was, you were at a magic school, and you just got to make these choices about the story. With a game like that, I did. And it was just, like, based on the choices you made in story, and none of them, like, unless you had played the game before, you didn't... Even then, I feel like a second playthrough, you'd still be fumbling a little bit. About, like, how to directly, like, if you specifically wanted to get any of the guys. Obviously, it would be a little bit annoying if every game was like that, right? Because there are some times where it's like, you know, you see a waifu and you're like, I want that waifu. And if the game doesn't, like, specifically let you tell the game, hey, I want that waifu, that can be a little bit annoying. But if your game is really centered around the story and, like, the waifu-ness is part of the story, I think it's better when you do this. That's just my preferences. But what the fuck do I know? No, we weren't. We were before because it was basically Mission Impossible, but Tom Cruise wasn't fucking here. I need to, next time that I can, up your energy levels. Because if you can disable and repair at the same time, that would be really good. I love how Ava's just mad all the time about everything. Oh my god. Just 2 people very pleased, 2 people not pleased with me, probably. Ava's probably more mad, I'm not gonna lie, maybe, I don't know. You also just got done crying like a little baby, so you know, whatever. It's not like I wanted to help or anything, baka! You just, can you just admit that, like, you couldn't murder children, you couldn't look at their faces as they, like, burn to death? Because, like, okay, so, like, one of the things that I don't get, and, like, a lot of shows do this when you've got a character that, like, you know, you had opposite goals, right? And there were, like, lives involved. And then you'll have a character that's like, I'm gonna do the thing. And then they specifically psychologically torture themselves by staring at the, like, I'm going to look in your soul while I, like, murder you. It's like, that is something that only people who lack certain, like, human traits can do. That's not a thing that humans are supposed to be able to do. They're not supposed to be able to look at other human beings, like, directly into their souls and rip them apart, you know? That's not a thing people are supposed to be able to do. So, like, if that was your goal, why did you do that? Why did you do that? I get story, I get all of that, but it's just, can we do this without that? Can we do it without the I'm gonna look in your soul trope? Thanks. What if you can turn off your emotions whilst you do something? That's a trained skill that's like... That's either, one, a trauma response, or it's a trained thing by another person, and I think that the second one's kind of fucked. Like, the first one's fucked because it's a trauma response and everything, right? But, like, the person, right, is not really in... Like, sometimes bad shit just happens, right? Like, bad shit just happens to people. And, like... Not necessarily was anybody else, like, responsible for the trauma to said person. So, like, I can understand that one a little bit. But the second one I feel like is really fucked because you have somebody specifically training somebody how to be, like, I don't know if psychopath is the right word, but to be a fucking psychopath for, like, however, for X amount of time. And I think that that's just wild and really bad. Like, yikes. Oh my goodness, it's trauma time! Tony, are you a psychopath or a sociopath? So, I think if I remember right, a psychopath... Give me a hot second. I gotta make sure that I spell this right. So... Sociopath, I don't care about that. Forbes, I don't give a shit. Can you just give me a nice, neat answer? Okay, so it looks like what the difference is according to verywellmind.com, so take this with a grain of salt, is that psychopaths are people with little or no conscience, but are able to follow social conventions when it suits their needs. And sociopaths have a limited ability to feel empathy or remorse. So that's kind of the difference, is that, like, psychopaths, according to this, don't really have a right or wrong, like, inside of them. I feel like they have to make up their own code of ethics, which everyone kind of does. Hello, evil. Welcome to this discussion. Like, everyone has to make their own code of ethics, but, like, psychopaths can't just feel it out. They can't just feel it out. Whereas, like, sociopaths are people, like, it's not that they don't have, like, a conscience. Like, they would, like, you know, it's just that, like, oh, is somebody else suffering? That sucks. That's funny because, like, I feel like I've demonstrated that trait before while I've been playing games. Especially Persona. Oh my god, Persona was such a fucking wild ride. I fucking hate Persona. God damn it, I love Persona. So, does that answer your question, Never? Yes. But like, okay, so like, according to like the thing, like, it's not as if I don't have a conscience, like the way that like it works. So like, let's say, I don't know, I feel like the easiest one to do is like, you know, stealing from Walmart, right? I'd be like, that's bad. There would be a thing that would be like, you can't do that, it's bad. Right? And like just kind of like being like unnecessarily mean to people. It's like, oh, that was mean. Why you do that? Oh, like that. You know? I remember there was like this group counseling session thing that I was in, and like this girl was like it was this thing, like I was kind of annoyed with her anyway. She was like kind of prissy, right? And she was like pretty like economically privileged and everything. Not to say that like she wasn't like struggling with stuff, but like it was this thing where she was like, you know, she was like struggling with like her relationship with like her father and everything and like all this stuff. And I remember I point blank in the therapy session was like, you know, well, at least you have a dad who like goes to work and can provide for your family. Oh my God. Like, it's the way that I felt though. Like, it's honestly the way that I felt. And it's this thing where it's like, was that said in the most tactful way? No, but I was a teenager. That's not being a psychopath, that's just being a cunt. Yeah. But I've never claimed to not be a cunt, though. So... that's called letting the intrusive thoughts win. I let the intrusive thoughts win a lot, unless they have terrible consequences. Like, I don't think that it's like a thought process for me where I'm like, that's an intrusive thought. I think it just comes out. There's no like, it's like have thought, thought comes out of mouth. Consequences be damned. I love how we're discussing, you know, whether Donnie is a psychopath or a sociopath, you know? I got yelled at really hard by the staff for, like, saying that. Yeah. If you're not doing anything, then you know the consequences. Then you have a conscience. I guess that kind of makes sense. They were like telling you fucking slut, you can't say that to other people. I'm not crazy. It was just a thing where like the counselor lady person was just like, you know, hey, you guys are struggling through two very separate things. And like, we understand that there's like conflict between these two things. But like, you can't invalidate people's like we're in group, like you were in group therapy, invalidating other people's experiences doesn't go the way that I think you want it to go. Like, you know what I mean? It's hard for me to like try to remember what she said, because I just kind of was like, I was not ready to hear that. You know what I mean? It was a thing where, like, I wasn't really listening, and I was just like, oh, whatever, who gives a shit? Oh shit. That's like, damn. You don't have to be a bitch during group therapy. Yeah, no, that's like, they couldn't say that, you know? They couldn't say that, but that's definitely like what the vibes were. It was just like, don't be a bitch during group therapy. Yeah. Yeah, like when I got a little bit older, like a couple years older, I went to this other group therapy thing, but it was really funny because it was not very effective group therapy because all that we wanted to talk about was D&D. We didn't want to talk about our problems, we just wanted to talk about D&D. I'll throw you into the break. Damn, Ava. Damn. Jesus Christ. Asuka, she tried to slit my throat. She didn't try to do you. Were my doors locked when she snuck into my room? I don't remember. I think you should tell it to Ava. Ava's like ready to throw hands. Yeah, Ava's like not having this, but she just kind of has to deal with it. The Star Lounge? I want to go to the Star Lounge. While the clouds of war were looming in the distance, while the clouds of war which loomed in the distance were darker than ever, tonight they had something to celebrate. Yay! The children! What fucking clouds in space? You know what? That's a good point, Never. It's a very good point. Do they mean gas? I have no idea. Well, clouds of darkness, I think, was just a metaphor. You know? Yeah, I think it was just a metaphor. Ava relaxed on the sofa as Shields brought a tray of tea to the table. That's very pretty. I like that. I know it's a metaphor, but it's a bad one. Ava raised her teacup and took a sip. Steam waif. Good lord. Wafted up as she held the cup in her hand. What a great... I know, a great visual novel you were like, Donnie. What is it? Lay it on me. I don't like either of these, because I have to assume what happened in the past. It's not an Ichi or a hentai. It can be if you buy the DLC. I'm trying to remember, what isn't an Ichi just a warped into the world? No, the patches are free. You just have to like give up some time to download the spicy. Oh, risque. Okay. I think you're thinking about isekai. I am thinking about isekai. Yeah. Hello. Yeah. I had a thought in my brain, and now it's like it's like half there, but it's not. It's not the form that it was in before. It's the thing HBO used to do? Wait. HBO? What the fuck was HBO doing? Holy shit, Tony had a thought. Rude. It's super rude. What the fuck? I think that, like, as far as, like, me streaming stuff, like, when it comes to waifu games, I expect a little bit of spice. I don't expect, like, straight up hentai. Like, no, that's not happening. Get out. But, like, you know... I expect, like, some, like, teen-rated, like, stuff, you know? Like, underwear or fucking whatever. I don't know. I don't know exactly, but, like, you know, there's this difference between, like, this is a little spicy to, like, this is just porn now, okay? There's levels. There's levels to this, right? And with waifu games, I do expect a little bit of spice. The fun part is that no one's ever, like... I don't want to say no one's ever, but, like, it's really hard when you're, like, looking at games to be like, okay, how spicy is this? And obviously, you know, people will be like, you know, there's just straight up porn in this game, which is like, oh, okay, goodbye. But people, like, there's distinctions to be made, but oftentimes those distinctions aren't made between your spice levels. And I wish that there was. I think this one's the best one. We love a woman who gets shit done. I think this is a more interesting question. Well, first of all, it's a question. The other thing is not. Because the other one is like shutting down. Well, it's like, well, things are different now. I'm in charge. This is a lot more of an introspective thing, and I think it's more interesting. I don't know if I believe her. Ava is lying. It's like there's a difference between some fan service and just fucking full. Yep. Oh god. And then going, but it's oh. Do you know the amount of times that I've had to like look at like spicy like romance books and just be like, damn. Like, this cover is like, holy hell. Like, it's so weird to me too, right? Because if this was drawn instead of like in like a painting, kind of like a highly detailed, highly realistic painting style, and instead it was done in an anime style, they would put like something, not saying that like, but you know, there would be like a, oh, this is nasty, this is gross, but like, I think that's so silly, you know? Yeah, yeah, like the dresses are almost like coming off of their chest and everything, and it's just like, there's a giant slit in the dress with like a whole thigh hanging out, and maybe just a little bit, depending upon how she's sitting, just a little bit of like side ass sitting out. But if you did that with like an anime style, it would be considered like more provocative, which is like, fuck off. I hate that so much. That's really all I had to say about that. She is laughing now. I don't know how she would laugh. She feels like a ha 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 type laugher. I don't know why. I'm just drawn this way, Jessica Rabbit. You know, Jessica Rabbit is a fucking icon, and I love her so much. Like, yes, is she hypersexualized? Yes. But in her case, that's fine. It's fine. I think that, like, I feel that, like, the internet, right? I feel like the internet is really sensitive about hypersexuality when it's like, there's literally porn here. There is literally porn. I don't understand it, right? Like, if we're gonna complain about hypersexuality, like, why? I don't understand. I don't get it. It feels like a double standard to me. It really does. And I hate it. Everyone keeps saying we're at war, and it's like, the war hasn't started. Unless it did, unless me saving the children, like, started the war because we put Pax's head right up their asses. I don't know. It is because there's the shit like YouTube had a few where there's YouTube Kids Stories time. You mean like the YouTube Kids just had straight up porn on it? Good lord. What the fuck? This video is gonna get like... Eventually, perhaps, maybe, I feel like because I put all of the VODs on YouTube, I feel like YouTube's gonna be like, you said porn too many times. And it's like, yeah? Because we were having a discussion about, like, you know what I mean? Like, we weren't talking about porn, but we were talking about porn. You know what I mean? But it was as close as it could get. That's really gross. Why the fuck would you do that? Like, was it a thing where, like, the people were, like, saying this is for kids, and it, like, was definitely not? Or was it, like, YouTube was saying this is for kids when it was definitely not? But then as it goes, it gets weird. Okay, so I think that that's a creator thing. That's just, you know, I feel like this is just like somebody's like fetish, you know? I'm not gonna lie, I feel like this is just, when you say that, I'm just like, that's somebody's fetish. Yeah. Then I feel like it's still on the creator though, you know? I get what Ava's trying to say, but like, back to the waifu war simulator, hell yeah. Like, I get what Ava's trying to say, but I feel like when you're in the position that the main character is in, I feel like you also have to, like a code of ethics can be, you know, very, like, head heavy, right? But ethics also does rely on how the person, like, conducting the ethics feels about the thing, right? Like, for instance, like, I'm trying to not do something, like, that makes people really angry, but I feel like I'm gonna do something. It's simple, but it makes people angry. Fuck off. This is an example. So, like, with, like, veganism, right? If somebody is like, it's fine to eat meat, but to them it doesn't feel right for whatever reason you want to, put whatever reason you want to on there, then, like, their code, then, you know, how they feel is not going to line up with their code of ethics. Right? So I don't really agree with what she's saying here 100%. Yeah, yeah. I feel like this is just getting really vindictive, and it's just like, yes, Vinsar is definitely a problem that needs to be dealt with, but I don't feel like killing the head of the Alliance who's doing some shady shit is going to really, like, be the most effective way to deal with this. It's fine. They're just having fun. Gambling is fine. Donnie, do you have an anime you watched in your childhood? For me, so I'm gonna make a distinction here between like anime for children and anime that's not for children, right? So for me, it was Hamtaro for the child thing. Like I watched Sailor Moon, but like I mostly watched that with like my babysitter, right? And I didn't, like, it's not that I didn't like it, but I appreciated it more as an adult. I loved Hamtaro so much. But then, like, when it comes to, like, more quote-unquote adult, no, I was just gonna say, like, Inuyasha was, like, the childhood, like, not kid anime that I watched. But, like, no, I watched that anime way too young, and, like, when people, like sexualize those characters, I'm like, that's disgusting. How fucking dare you? That's gross. Ew. Right? So, like, almost, like, 80% of, like, the girls that I've talked to about anime, they're like, Sesshomaru is so hot, and I'm just like, bleh. Ugh, disgusting. Ew. That's nasty. You know? So, like, I don't have any, like... I don't have any feelings like that towards any of, like, the Inuyasha characters. And I think that that's kind of why it's my comfort anime. You know? Like... It's just nice to watch. It's just nice. I just have a nice time. And you know, you get to fully relax. I haven't finished Brotherhood. I finished Full Metal, but I didn't finish Brotherhood yet. So, like, I'm excited to finish that at some point eventually. Yeah, I know that, like, Brotherhood, that Brotherhood follows the manga more closely than Full Metal did. But, like, I wanted to watch both, right? So I wanted to watch Full Metal, which came out first, and then go and watch Brotherhood. 100%. What's wrong with a little game of cards? What's wrong with a little bit of low stakes gambling? Like, I think that, like, there are some people who are like, gambling just shit. Low stakes gambling is fine. It's honestly fine. As long as it causes harm to nobody, right? It's fine. But, like, I don't like casinos. Casinos, I think are very predatory, and I don't like them. Icky. Military protocol mandates that gambling be strictly fuck military protocol. We don't have a country anymore. I am king now. There's no country, only me. I am king. Fuck you. If that is your order, that is fine. Yeah. Yeah, casino bad. I remember I went to a casino when I was really little with, like, my parents and my grandparents because they had, like, a restaurant in it. And it was just, and I was like, this is fine. You know, like I remember like I was at the age where I could kind of choose, like it's a thing where I could lie about my age, whether I wanted a kid's menu or an adult menu. And this was like one of the few nice things that my mother like would do for me, is she would ask me beforehand whether I wanted to eat off the adult menu or the kids menu. And I decided, you know what? Like, all of my aunts and uncles keep talking about how good the food is. My grandparents talk about how good the food is. I'm going to eat off the adult menu, right? And I was just like, this is fine. This is not inedible, but it's not like I wouldn't go here again. Like, if the prices were lowered, sure. But also, I have to go into a casino to get here. So, like, that puts a barrier. So I just think I'm not gonna go there. I don't know. I feel like with gambling, I feel like low stakes gambling with friends and family can be a fun time. But if you're just going to sit in a casino, like, I feel like I can get, like, right? So, as long as you're not, you know, putting yourself into financial hardship or whatever by gambling, and you can afford high stakes gambling, right? If you find joy and pleasure out of this and don't get yourself in trouble, like, whatever. I say that with, like, a whole pound of salt, just because I don't like the way that casinos run, and I feel like casinos are grody, right? But you're an adult who doesn't have a gambling addiction, probably. It's fine. You know, in reality, it is fine. But for me, I don't get enjoyment out of that, right? So I could spend that amount of money better, right? Like, the amount of money that I spend somewhere else will bring me more joy than if I spend that amount of money at a casino. I hope that made sense. You know, so that's partially why I don't go to casinos either, because I just, even if I didn't think that they were bad and not good for people, I still wouldn't go, because I wouldn't get the enjoyment out of, like, that dollar value. I can get more enjoyment somewhere else. I could literally go to the grocery store and buy a pack of cookies and get more enjoyment out of that. I get to make them up. I am king. I'm king of this battleship and whatever. You can do that. You're really good at it. You're really good at, like, just absolutely, like, you're very good at that, Ava. We should ask about the mercenary. You have consumed 4 tacos? What kind of tacos were they? Just out of curiosity. So I'm gonna start this conversation. And then I'm going to save. Yes, I want to override that save. I have done the save. But unfortunately, I have to end the game. But I'm still very curious about Never's tacos. Tacos. Oh, you made them yourself. Nice. 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 pickles and tacos is something I've never heard of. Like, I've heard of, like, people doing, like, pickled jalapenos or something, I think, in tacos, but never just pickles. You'd have to ask Woosie about that one. That makes me uncomfortable. I don't know why, but the thought of pickles on a taco makes me uncomfortable. Ask Woosie. It's my mom who made them, not me. Well, I am uncomfortable with your mother's cooking. Her cooking makes me feel uncomfy. So, we are going to go raid Elden Ring because I love Dark Souls. Because there's like one other option, but I don't know what that is, and I really love Dark Souls. So let's go raid Dark Souls. Wouldn't be the first time something was bastardized abroad. You know, that's fair. But I guess the other question is, like, can you bastardize food? Like, I get that there is, like, some, like, this is no longer this thing, right? Like, it is now its own thing, right? Like, if you're going to make... It's a really good example. If you're going to make a Vietnamese spring roll, right? A specifically Vietnamese spring roll, there comes a point where what you are making is no longer a Vietnamese spring roll, right? Like, there is a certain expectation for what is in and how a Vietnamese spring roll is made. So it's kind of this, like, can you bastardize food? Yes. But, like, can you bastardize food, or have you just turned it into something else? You know? It's kind of like my thing, right? Because, like, American Chinese food is different from, like, mainland Chinese food. But it's still delicious. I love that fucking Wada. You know what's the funniest thing? When Wada's here, you can't make fun. Mainland China food is how we got COVID. Wada gets to say these things. Wada can say these things and not get canceled. The rest of us have to suffer. You can't talk shit about Panda Express when Wada's here, and it's so hard. Because it's like, Panda Express is like super not, like, if you're looking for authentic Chinese food, Panda Express, I feel like, is one of the farthest things from it, you know? I don't mind your hot takes. I think, so like, if I'm going to say a slight hot take, and I feel like this is the slightest of hot takes, the whole, like, Chinese food is how we got COVID thing is technically true. But also, at the same time, I think that China doesn't have very good policies around food control either. So, you know, that's my take on that. But Pile Driver, didn't an actual Chinese family start Panda Express? I'm pretty sure that they did. Whoa, Chinese American. Listen. We all know that you live in America, right? Like, if you have your feet on American soil, right? And, like, people, like, don't add American to the end, it's because it's fucking redundant. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it was. So, like, yeah, and, like, I'm pretty sure it's still owned by that same family, too. So, like, there is somebody at the top who's approving what's going on. So, like, it's just not quality. It's very much like, it's not very quality, and it's kind of, and I don't know what the fuck to tell you what this shit tastes like. Yeah, like, American Chinese food is fine. American Chinese food is delicious. I love cream cheese wontons. I love them so much. They're one of my favorite things to eat. But they are definitely not authentic Chinese food. I don't care. But, like, you know, it's this thing where you're definitely, like, getting further away from the authentic thing, but, like, and I think that's, I lost my point a long time. I lost it. I lost whatever the fuck I was gonna say. I hope that I left enough breadcrumbs that it makes sense. People pay tons of money for one of those uppity fusion restaurants. Panda gives it to you for cheap. Listen, I just don't, there's something, I feel like, not China. Panda dipped in quality. Okay, Ray Tony never wants us to stop talking about Chinese food and just fucking go. Okay, so I'll start the raid. I will at least start the raid, and that'll put my speaking on a timer. Okay. Here's the raid message. But I feel like Panda's quality has gone down, like, during COVID. Like, I feel like they've really slipped into, really just, I don't know, something about their quality just really went down, because I used to love Panda Express. I really used to love Panda Express. But then, like, their food just slowly went down in quality, you know? And then it became like, I don't even like their fried rice. Like, you know, and like, how can you fuck up fried rice? That is such a staple thing where I just kind of went, this isn't worth it anymore. Like, it's just not. Like, I don't know. Quality down. Quality down. No longer will pay for quality down food. If you fuck up, exactly. I judge every single, like, Asian place that I go to based on their fried rice. 100%. It's the first thing I order. It's, how do you fuck up mashed potatoes? Like, we have to go. Goodbye, raid now. Wait, I'm too late for